What's up, babe, and everybody else, and welcome back to the Founder Academy. I'm Mark, the FUT founder. Yeah, I was really hoping not to have to make this video, but yeah, I don't know where we're gonna go with it. I haven't been made too many videos this year, to be honest with you guys. Sorry, I look so washed out. It's because of the light, but I just played FUT Champs for the first time in a couple weeks. I played about 4 or 5 times this year, and the reason that I'm not really too excited about making this video is I don't know, this might be the last video we make for this channel. I haven't grown the channel a whole lot. I appreciate those who have stuck with me, but a lot of it has to do with this game. It's not because I don't want to make content for the channel, and I don't want to promise that it's going to be the last time ever, but to be honest with you, this FUT Champs experience was so awful, and I know people say that a lot, but FIFA this year is it's such a fucked up piece of crap. It's so awful. The people of EA, like I've said this before, and people are always jumping on it, and it sounds cliched, but really they deserve to be fired for this. This is such a bad game, and it's been so mentally taxing. The reason I say it might be the last video on the channel is because I don't know if I'm going to buy next year's game. One, I don't want to support EA. I just think that they don't deserve it for how awful this has been. And two, this has been more than ever the most, damaging to my mental health playing this. I had a 7-4 record, and my team was playing very, very well. And then we took the dog to the park, came back, and all I needed was 4 wins from whatever that is, the last 9. 4 wins from the last 9. And I think we lost 9 straight or something like that. No. We lost, 7 straight? And I won the last 2, and we went 9 and 10. Whatever the math is there. But we lost 7 straight, and all of it was because of morale. And I know people are just going to probably roll their eyes or say, like, whatever. But honestly, if the teams that I was playing at the start, some of them were kind of poor. I came across a really good player, and it was one of those games where I was really proud to win. It was a back-and-forth game, and I think I won 7-6. My team was playing phenomenal. But when I came back, it's the last day of FUT Champs. I think it's Tuesday night, so I can't just put this off. We just had to power through them. I don't have time to take the team offline. We just had to go game after game after game. And the morale is so heavy. I know you guys are tired of me saying it, guys, but that's one of the reasons that I don't know if I'm going to play next year, because they have said they're going to use Frostbite engine again. And guys, fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 3 times, fool me 4 times. This is going on and on and on. This game is so riddled with it. And you can hear the pain in my voice because this, I love playing it, but this game is so bad, I don't think I can play it. It's just so damaging. It's so damaging for my mental health. I was yelling at this thing, and my poor dog got scared because he had to run out. This is such an awful game. It is so terrible. I can't even begin to explain. And it's not because of the result, guys. It's because of what was going on. Playing against these guys when my team is getting moraled so heavily, and it's just game after game after game. They play worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I took them offline for 2 games. They still were not playing great, but at least it gave me something somewhat playable. And I had to eke out games in the last 2 games against very average players. I had to sweat my ass off. And I know people are going to say it's FUT Champs, you got to do that, but these guys weren't good players. They were very, very average. My elo had dropped so low, but the game was handicapping me so bad with morale, I couldn't even control them. They were swinging wildly. These guys were just literally dumping through walls, and my defenders, team of the season Koundé, team of the season Marquinhos, they were just spreading apart. These guys would go right down the middle of the field and just run and smash a shot, and you guys will see some of the clips. I'll try to put some of it in after this, but man, it was fucking frustrating, guys. It was so frustrating, and it's my frustration with FIFA has nothing to do with the other players. It has nothing to do with anybody. I'm not one of those people that subscribes to the idea of oh, these guys are sweating, they're so try hard. Everybody tries hard, man, because you're trying to win. I don't begrudge any of the players. I'm not mad at any of the players. I'm mad at EA for this fucking game. This is such a piece of crap. It's so fucking bad, man. It's so bad. They should be ashamed of themselves. It's an embarrassment to coding, these people that work on this. And I don't think that I'm going to buy next year's game. I might. I don't know. Because I play it a lot, but I've gotten to the point, guys, where it's just become a card collecting game. That's it. Because the gameplay's so fucked up. It's so fucking bad, man. I can't even play it. Like, I can't even stress it. The strain in my voice, you can hear my voice is going from yelling at this thing. Because it's like the players move out of the way. They avoid, like a shot will come in and the defenders will do this. They'll arch their back and it will fly by. They'll lift their leg up. It's so fucking bad, man. When they do the stutter run, the indirect running. And for the last 2 games, my team, I went down in both games because my team was getting riled so heavily. Defensively, they were just splitting apart. And offensively, my players were just like, team of the season, Modric, team of the season, Valverde. They're great cards, but when they get moraled, as soon as you get to the top of the area, like the edge of the 18, the pass will just rocket straight to one of the defenders. Doesn't matter that they have 99 passing across the board. It rockets right, it locks right into the defender and just goes, here you go, and it just forces the pass. It literally forces it right to his feet, and then he'll turn and he'll just through ball. My defense split apart. They do that kind of weird stutter run, or they'll jump up and they'll kind of stutter so that the defender can make a perfect run through. And then once the ball's played through, that's when the defender will lock in and start to run. But he'll just run fast enough not to catch up to him. The swinging, man, when they won't lock in, I think you guys will see it in one of the games where we might have even lost at the very end. Like, I was down 4-3 or 5-4, something like that, and I was killing myself to get back in this game. And I was proud of the fact that I had scored 4 goals with such a severe handicap. And at the very end, I'm pressing, and my players, every time I would get into that final third, they would just force the giveaway. My players would run in behind into an offside position. I'd have to cycle back, and then when I would turn, all his defenders had run back into place. And when I would finally get into the top of the 18, I'm at the top of the 18, I've got like whoever, Messi, Ronaldo, whoever, and I play that pass into them, they'd either get bodied from behind and the player would ragdoll over and they'd be away, my opponent would be away, or the pass would just rocket straight to the defender and the defender would just launch it back out. And they're on a counterattack again. And down the wing they go. And my guys just... they're doing that stupid fucked up run. The guys would just run down the wing, curl in, and then just hit a shot far post, and Ter Stegen would do this. And it was, guys, it was so mentally taxing. It's the game, it's not the players. It's don't hate the players, hate the game. It's, man, it's fucking frustrating, guys. And I don't think I can do it next year with this fucking game that they're playing. This EAFC garbage. Don't fall for this, guys. It's going to be more fucked up garbage like this. It costs me an extra team of the season. Even playing this, man, is not worth it. Like, opening these packs, like, there's nothing in here that I could possibly get that will make this worth it. Not a single thing. Like, Kevin De Bruyne, cool. But you know what? Like, nothing changes. It's still terrible. It's still a terrible game. I can't play it. Like, I don't want to play this. I don't want to use that Kevin De Bruyne card. I'm not saying that I won't jump on for the rest of the year, but, you know, I have a baby on the way, okay? And I'm very proud. I'm going to be a father soon. And I can't do that to her. Like, I can't do that to her. The amount of fucking frustration. I got to go to bed angry. And it's not at her. She knows it's not at her. And I go to bed and I love her. Like, Fut Babe is the best partner I could possibly have. She puts up with this. But I'm sitting here screaming and yelling at this fucking piece of shit. It's such a piece of shit. Like, it's awful, man. It's so bad. It is so bad. I've been playing FIFA. I'm a fucking Fut founder. And man, this is terrible. And it's not even because of the results, guys. It's honestly, it's not. I don't care about the 9. I don't care about the 11. Sure, it would have been nice to have an extra card, but nothing would have changed. If I got 11 wins and got 1 extra card, nothing changes. This game is still fucking frustrating because it's so riddled with morale. There's no reason for morale to be in here. None at all. And they haven't fucking fixed it. For years, 4 or 5 years they've been playing with this garbage, man. And if you're going to have it in there, at least put the morale cards back in there so you can fucking fix it. Instead, you got to go offline and play these squad battle games, man. Do you know how many squad battle games I've had to play just to correct my team? It's crazy, man. These packs are so fucking bad, man. Like, why even bother with these? It's so late in FIFA, and they're still cheap. They're still cheap fucks, those guys at EA, those losers at EA. That's all they are. They're losers, man. They do their stupid top bins. those idiots that work on the content or the social team, and they sit there and they act like this is amazing. Oh my gosh, look at these cards, guys! How amazing! Those top end goofs, man. Like, I would fire them first because they're the worst. They're the worst following that social media. I know I just sound like a hater because I'm so fucking mad at this, man. I'm so mad at this. 7-8 losses in a row. I know if I'm good. I know if I'm bad. Some of those games that I played, like, I lost to better players. I did. But, man, there was... What did we finish? 9 and 10? And I gave away the last one. So, let's say just 9 and 10. 9 and 10, and I'm not even kidding you. I think 4 of those games, I lost to better opponents. The other 6 games, I just got moraled. Like, I would lose by 1 goal with a fucking handicap, man. With a handicap. And these guys are running around celebrating. Look at this, man. Look at these guys. Have the audacity to charge this $30 for these packs. Like, oh, man. You know what? I have a friend of mine. I don't want to give anything away, but I have a friend of mine who left EA and he went to go work at 2K. He worked on the FIFA team. I am praying that 2K win, that they win the bid for the FIFA license, because EA, I'm glad they lost it. I am honestly glad they lose it. I hope they lose some of the licenses. I hope they have to deal with what Konami had to deal with for years and years and years, because they don't deserve it. This game is so terrible. They don't deserve the license, man. I'm glad that they lost it. I am praying that 2K get it, because 2K do such a good job with their content making simulation games. This is an arcadey piece of crap. It's broken. Man, look at... Okay, so... I didn't obviously use that team. I gave away the last. Well, I actually didn't even give it away. I don't give away wins because none of these guys deserve it, because that's how bitter and disenfranchised I've become. That's the team that I have lost with. I'm losing to guys that have gold cards. They're getting fucking handicapped. Brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. This guy, terrible. Absolutely god-awful. When that team is getting moraled, this guy was a dump truck. He was so slow, man. I subbed him off every single game. Every single game for Cristiano Ronaldo. Pedri, fine. Really good footwork. Decent all-around player. Actually pretty good on like the forecheck. He would get up the field and he would intercept passes. But just a little too slow for all these guys that spam wingbacks that have crazy pace. Alexis Sanchez, probably the star of the team. Honest to God. Messi, when he's on, he's the best player on the field. But when my team's getting moraled, he gets fucked. He gets absolutely knocked all over the place. He gets stuck in mud, and guys just power through him. But when my team is playing at full capacity, best player on the field. Alexis Sanchez, best player I've used all year. This is the best card. He's so well-rounded. He's just a workhorse. I play him at cam. He's fantastic. These two, again, nothing wrong with either of these cards, but when you're getting morale, they just don't intercept anything. They swing. Like, you know, if you guys don't know what swinging is, basically when your opponent has the ball and, like, you try to cut off a pass and your players just swing. It's like there's a force field around it. And you can see it because they'll swing. They'll literally swing around from side to side. And you can't do anything about it. They won't intercept the ball. They won't lock into tackles. They just swing. It's brutal. It's one of the worst elements that EA has ever put into the game. These two, the center backs, they're fine. Again, they're good. They just get morale. So, and this is the theme for the whole team. Like, they all fall apart, right? Klaus picked up a yellow because picked up a red. You get reds when you're getting morale because your players, they don't tackle the ball. They'll tackle the man. So you'll go in and they'll either stutter and they'll slide into the man, or you're going in for a tackle and they'll do this and they'll just tackle the player. And you'll pick up reds left and right. So he might have gotten 2. I think he only got 1 red. Yeah, he got 1 red because it fucked me. I was going in for a tackle and I had it timed perfectly and he went like that. Instead of going towards the ball, he just jumped in and he just slit tackled the guy. It was just enraging. The entire weekend was just so fucked up because, like, I couldn't take these guys offline, nor do I want to. I don't want to have to play squad battles in the middle of a fucking run. But instead you have to, because this was a perfect example. 7 straight losses. I've never lost 7 games in a row in any FIFA ever. And it had nothing to do with Ultimate Tots. None of these guys were any better than any of the other Weekend League runs that I've done. It's just Weekend League, I can't play it anymore because Weekend League is the epitome of what is wrong with this game. It is not the players. It has nothing to do with this game mode. It's just the fact that you have to win games, and you can't play this game when you have to win because morale fucks your team. It's not playing on a level playing field. If this is the way your team starts, when your team gets morale, it goes like this. The field is just non-stop. Your players hide. They don't move. They get stuck in mud. When you make a pass, your players do extra animations. You know when you're trying to jet forward and your player will kind of delay the leg? He'll like stutter and then he'll just go, okay, now we're going to go. When you're moving into positions offensively, you're trying to get up the field and your players will do those wide. They'll take a touch and then they'll kind of wide run. They won't go in a straight line. They won't accelerate because it's trying to give your opponent an opportunity to get back and tackle you. Your players are just slow. Like, it's death by 1,000 cuts. There's a million little things. I've talked about it a million times. You guys go back and watch any of the videos on my channel. We talk about this. And I know this video is just turning into a rant video, guys. But honest to God, I am honestly considering, like, look at this team. It's probably one of the best teams I've ever had in any FIFA. And I don't want to play it. I don't want to use Kevin De Bruyne. I don't want to play with any of these cards. Because it's just, the game is so broken. It's just a card collecting game now. That's all it is. The only reason I'm even going to go on here is for the content at 1 o'clock and just go on do an SBC here and there. But like, honestly, I don't want to play the game because it sucks. It fucking sucks, man. It sucks shit. It's the worst game I've ever played in my life. Absolutely terrible. Like, this Kevin De Bruyne card is the best red I've ever gotten, and I don't have any interest in playing with him. Like, I'll play some offline games with him. That's it. Like, who cares? Because it's fucking terrible, man. It's so terrible. Like, it's such a terrible game. It's sad, man. It just makes me sad. That's all I can say. I don't even know how the hell you use this guy. Honest to God. I really need to bring up his agility and his balance. I guess you use an engine on him. He's probably a very good card, but like, again, you can't lose a game. You can't quit a game. If guys cancel out on you, you'll lose. You lose morale. Everything affects it. Morale is so strong in this game. It's so strong, guys. One loss, it just fucks your whole weekend. Because one loss, your team plays worse than your opponent. And in FUT Champs, the games are too competitive. They're too tight. You can't afford to have your players playing with low morale. Even one loss, one fucking loss, man, and they just fall apart. They do stupid indirect runs. They part defensively. They part like the Red Sea. Your keeper won't stop a single thing. Defensively, your guys will just they'll go like this. Like, shots will come by and they'll lift their leg up and it will fly through. They'll turn their ankle. Like, the ball will be here and they'll just go like this and it will turn their ankle so it avoids blocking it. Like, just, I saw some crazy things this weekend. And I know people are, and I apologize, guys, I hate being moany like this, but man, what a mess this is. What a fucking mess. This game is just an absolute abortion of a game. It is. It's so embarrassing to play it. And like I said, EAFC, I'm definitely not getting it on day one. I'm just going to see what they do. But honestly, with this kid coming, I don't think I can bring my family to have me play this because it's so awful. And I can't bring myself to do it. So anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I apologize. I wish it could be more uplifting. I wish it would be positive. I wish I could be excited about getting this Kevin De Bruyne, but I've had such a bad weekend. And it's not even the weekend, it's Tuesday. I just happen to be off this week, but this was such a negative experience this entire year, FIFA 23. I don't know if I'm going to make any other videos. Maybe I will, maybe for fuddies, but I don't be surprised if I don't, guys. I apologize. I don't want this to be the way that we end the channel. I don't want this to be the way that we end our FIFA 10 year, but honestly, this game is so toxic and so bad. They don't deserve it. They've lost a really loyal fan. I've been a fan. I was always a supporter of EA, but I've had such a negative experience with them. I won't even get into the fact, they approached me about a position a couple of years ago about going back. I had interviews with them. I had 14 interviews, 14 with 14 different people. And then I was told that I didn't have enough game development experience, if you can believe that. Game development experience. It was for a marketing job. I don't know what that had to do with marketing. and I worked literally on this game. So I was told that basically my experience at EA was not enough experience to work at EA. So that left me with a really bitter taste in my mouth. And then this game has been so mentally exhausting, and it's been so bad for my mental health. A fucking video game, guys. A video game. I can't even believe I'm saying that. Of all the challenges, of all the problems I have, in my life, it could be relationships, it could be work, it could be whatever. You have so many real life problems. This is the most frustrating part of my day, because I force myself to want to believe that it's not as broken as it is, but it's so bad. It is so bad. And I'm not even exaggerating. It's terrible. I don't know how anyone can play it. I feel bad for content creators. I've seen so many people this year stop playing it. Like they've taken breaks because they've gotten mad and they've broken controllers. I don't blame them, man. Like, it's fucked. It's fucked up. Like, honest to God, man, it is such a broken game. And EAFC 24 is going to be just as bad. Quote me on this, guys. It's going to be just as bad because they're using the same fucking engine. It's going to have morale in the game code again because they're too stupid to know what's going on. The people that work there are too stupid to fix it. They don't have any idea. They're going to put in a bunch of marketing crap to say that this game is better than ever. Hypermotion 2.0, 3.5, whatever the hell it is. It's going to have a bunch of marketing bullshit with it. Don't fall for it. It's going to suck shit again. It's going to be the same piece of crap again because they're using the same fucking engine. You take the old code, you stamp it EA Sports FC 24, and then you fine tune it, but it's still got the same problem. It's like a car with a broken engine. The engine's broken, it's leaking, the starter's not working, but they just painted it a new color. They put a cherry red on it and they just go, look at this brand new car, but the engine's still broken. That's exactly what this is. It's so fucking bad, man. It's terrible. And I know this is a ranty ravey. People can hate on me all they want in the comments. I apologize in advance, or at the end. I apologize, guys, you to listen to this. But this has basically been my experience with it. I don't want to play it. I don't like it. It's terrible. And it's not fun. And it's the worst experience I've ever had playing any video game. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that's not the end of the channel. I don't know what else I'd put on this channel. If 2K make a game, I'll maybe turn it into a 2K video or a 2K channel. But as far as EA Sports are concerned, I don't know if I'm going to make any more content with them just because they don't deserve it. They're a terrible company. They're filled with children. They just get cheap labor and they pump out games based on licenses. And honestly, they're terrible. They're terrible. They've been bad for a really long time. I was thinking about this the other day, how their sports games have been really awful. FIFA's led the pack just because it's all licensing, it's all cards, it's all smoke and mirrors. The gameplay sucks. It sucked for a really long time. It's just cool looking cards like this. Other than that, the game's been terrible. Madden used to be the 500-pound gorilla. It sucks. Nobody even talks about Madden anymore. NHL, terrible. NHL's been bad for a really long time. I'm a huge hockey fan. I just bought, where is it? I just bought the draft guide. I'm reading about the future draft picks. I'm a huge Vancouver Canucks fan. I don't even play NHL because it's so bad. Their baseball game, I don't even think they have the license to it anymore. But what was the other one? NBA. They had to cancel NBA because it was so terrible. It was such a bad game. EA are such a terrible company. They haven't made a good game in years. And that's why I'm happy that FIFA said, you know what? Let's get out of here. They're a fucking tire fire, this company. Let's get away from these guys. I'm praying they go to 2K because 2K know what they're doing. 2K make fantastic games. They're simulation based. They have great presentation. And I'm hoping that they do. I would pray for them to bring back NHL. Please, 2K, if you're listening to this, bring back NHL 2K. Because it was such a great game. It was so fun to play. And NHL, EA Sports NHL sucks. It's terrible. It's an awful game. I haven't even played it in years. It's the same game every single year. It's really poor. It's not fun to play. Nobody likes it. The only people that play it are people that are just hockey mad, and they just insist on playing a hockey game. But it's terrible. The casual person, even the hardcores like me, I don't play it because it's too terrible. Just like this, EA Sports FIFA has been shitty for years and it's gotten worse, and this is the worst version yet, and because of it my mental health has suffered and I'm out on this. So that's going to be it for the third time, guys. I promise that's going to be the end of this video. Appreciate you sticking with me to the very end. Until next time, take care. Peace.